Good morning, everybody. Forex market video signals. We're back with the New Zealand versus the Canadian today. Quite an interesting story we have about this one. Last week we actually initiated a buy trade, right? When price broke 84.03, that was our trigger. We got in with the intention to go all the way to 86.67. We were quite convinced that that's the move to talk about, and we took action. But at some point, just a couple of days later, we got cold feet, so to speak, because we've seen price do slightly touch 85.14. We knew 85.14 was a stiff resistance level, right? We've seen the pressure coming at from this area last time price was trying to engage. So, and then of course the following day price was actually once again very slightly spiking that area, but this time turning red, right? So it was bouncing off, and we didn't like that. We still had a small profit going for us here, and we decided to take it and close this position, not because we wanted to realize the profit, but because we felt that at that point, looking at price reacting again to that 85.14. And by the way, the formation itself, take a look. We have one on the downside, second on the up, another one on the downside again, and fourth. So we can easily see a couple of more legs forming here. In terms of the readiness for a breakout, we don't have that yet. So add that to the equation, right? Add that to the equation, and the fact that we had a second reaction on that 85.14, price became negative after bouncing off, and we decided to pull out. Now, couple of days later, we find price action begin to drop today, and we decided that it's time to flip over. We feel that at this point, a downside leg, back towards the lower section, 82.78, and down all the way to 81.67. That's the range. So at this point, we feel that this kind of move is more likely to form. And at that point, we decided to pull the trigger, and we're basically flipping over. That's the bottom line, right? We were bullish up until a couple of days ago. Now we're going to try to see if we can catch a downside move here. So we have a sell trade starting with stop loss level at 86. And by the way, we're not ruling out the possibility for a breakout. So if price will start to come back up and press 85.14, we will be prepared to pull out, right, to close the position and flip over again, and still try to catch that same original move we were aiming for at 86.67, right? So it's all about that 85.14 level, which is our main point of reference. And at that point, obviously we need to be bearish because price is turning back down. All right, guys, that's about that for this one. Like I said, I think it was an interesting story. We'll see you in the next one. So in the meantime, take care. Cheers.